Hello and welcome back to Shoogly Shed Motors. I know, it really hasn't even been that long. You lucky people are getting another episode. Last time I was sort of sorting the side panels out. I had a shot of aluminium welding which didn't go terribly well. I did a bit of practice in the meantime and I managed to manufacture new little aluminium mushrooms with a fatter base on them to give myself more margin for error, and I have now managed to fit them. I'll take one off and show you. Get my fingers in. There we go. So we've got a bit of rubber grease on them, but effectively you've got three mushrooms, very ugly aluminium welds, but they are there. Didn't melt all the way through. You don't see them. It'll be a bit of time I think before I can lay down aluminium welds I'd be comfortable being visible on the bike, but that's at least progress to some degree. And now the panels just fit on quite satisfyingly. Oh, very nice. Yeah, I'm really chuffed with them. So those are now fitted. Done this one as well. Next thing I'm going to move on to is a seat base. So the seat base that we're doing for the XJR is effectively going to follow the curvature of this piece here. Come up to here, it's going to have a tongue that's going to fit into this original sort of locating notch here, and also have some plates or sort of shape to it that comes around the side of the tank, so that when the seat is upholstered it wraps around the tank like it should. And then a quick release mechanism for taking the seat off, which I'll show you in a wee bit. First things first, I'm going to cut a piece of steel and shape a piece of steel that fits snugly on the top of this, probably coming up to this kind of edge, and then we'll sort out the front bit later. Okay, so pretty self-explanatory there. Clamped that shaped bit of steel to the frame, heated it till it's sort of critical temperature to make the metal soft, take the clamps off and it stays in that position. Quite a nice little technique. Obviously I've made this little locating nose thing, tab that goes into here. I've got it, basically welded it, stacked it up a little bit, shimmed it out and welded it a little bit proud so that it sits at the height of this. Also gives me a nice solid base to weld sections to that are going to come up around the front to kind of cover this section. So that's my next task, a little bit of cardboard data design to sort that out. So let's cut a couple of wee sections, see if we can get the right shapes, make them into steel and weld them on. This is a new little toy that I got recently. It's a sandbag for shaping metal with a mallet. I filled it with sand the other day and left it outside the shed, and then there was a massive downpour of rain, so it's a bit soggy. I'm hoping that shouldn't affect the way it functions. I imagine it should still function more or less how it should. But yeah, if you're wondering why it's sopping wet, that's basically the reason, because I'm an idiot.
Hello, Shoogly.
With that, we've kind of got a seat pan fabricated. I'm starting to get a bit more comfortable shaping metal like that. There's a few different techniques I've managed to kind of get my head around a little bit now. This front kind of apron part was always going to be tricky. It's still not 100% symmetrical, despite the work I've done on it. However, as long as it is like really close, which it is, when foam goes on it and it's all shaped, that will, you know, even itself out. And also it will need padded out to meet the tank snugly with the foam and the upholstery. So happy with that as a sort of seat pan base finished. Now it's obviously got the tongue at the front that locates into the kind of cross support that the tank sits on. Next thing to do is to come up with fixing at the back, and I'm going to try out this. I saw these on a little race car recently and I thought they were little neat solutions. I'm not entirely sure 100% what you call them. Doesn't say on the packet, but they're like panel clips. Effectively, it's a little rounded threaded bar and a spring-loaded kind of receiver here, little button. When that goes into there, it clicks into place and is nice and secure. And all you do is press that button and it comes out again. So, what I was thinking was having this mounted at the underside of the tail here, and this mounted on the seat, so that you basically click it down, it locates into that, like that, and then that's your seat kind of on nice and secure on one end, secure at this end as well in the tongue, and it won't move at all. And then when you want to remove the seat, it's simply a press of that button underneath and the seat will lift up. I think it'll be a quite neat little solution, quite a nice little anodized piece as well. So yeah, let's figure out how to make that work. So there we have it, a seat base. That little quick release mechanism works really well. A little button under here, that's it loose, put it back on, that's the seat base, clipped back into place. I might finesse the front a little bit, but it'll all get, you know, foam and upholstered, so not too fussed about that. I'm basically liking the way it sits on the frame, lines up with the tank here, this rounded front kind of matches the curvature of the front portion of the frame. Yeah, basically ticks all the boxes. Really happy with that, and yeah, with that done, there's a few things I can kind of move forward with. Now I know what you're thinking. This here, obviously, will have to get set into the foam. The foam will probably be taller than that anyway, but this will obviously potentially annoy the pillion a little bit. I think if the foam is firm enough up here, that won't be as much of an issue, and I would actually quite like to have firmer foam up the top in order to provide a bit of support for the lower back. This bit a bit softer to sit on, this bit a bit more firm and supportive. So I don't think that will be too much of an issue, and even if it is, it should be slap bang between the butt cheeks. So, you know, there's some give there. The point I'm trying to make is this is mainly going to be a single seater bike, just with the option to carry a pillion occasionally, so I'm not worried too much about the kind of pillion comfort in regards to how I design it. It's more a sort of single seater with that little pad up here as an option. Still haven't thought about pillion pegs or anything like that, but I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Anyway, I'm going to call this episode done for now. It's been great to get more progress on this bike, and I'm really looking forward to yeah, continuing this momentum and getting more stuff done. As usual, please do give me a like, leave me a comment and subscribe to the Shoogly Shed channel, and I'll see you next time. Take care, goodbye. Jesus.